Good morning, friends, family, colleagues, professional acquaintances, supportive strangers, and anyone who might have accidentally stumbled onto my channel. I want to welcome you if you've been here before. If not, or welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome to anyone who's new here. If you find value in my videos and live streams, please click the like button, subscribe, click the notifications bell so that you can be notified when I go live or post something new. Per usual, I am not monetized. The best way to support my channel and to keep my content coming is to just simply comment. In this comment section down below, please be respectful and just be kind, not just to me, but to one another. The whole purpose of this channel is to be supportive. So moving on, let's get straight into the updates. I'm not sure what updates I provided last time. It's been quite a busy week. Last week I had two interviews. This week I had 2 interviews. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. So last week I did have an online hiring event, and I think I've been live since. And I spoke with the gentleman from a staffing agency franchise. And I was really excited about an opportunity with him. I haven't heard back, so I'm not holding my breath and moving on. This week has been a whirlwind. I did have an invite to do another one of those one-way video interviews where you just read the question and say your answer to the camera. I did this Monday or Tuesday. However, I also had another job fair that wasn't on a Thursday. I was surprised. This one was yesterday. So I think I mentioned having a phone interview, or not a phone, an in-person interview scheduled for Tuesday. So I called Monday, and Monday they did not have me. I called, I hadn't received the, a confirmation email or anything. So I wasn't sure if I was actually expected. So Monday I called just to check on it, see if I'm on their calendar. The person I spoke with didn't find me. They said, no, but we'll reschedule you for tomorrow. Or we'll reschedule you. And I said, no, that's okay. I'll hold off for now. They did offer a walk-in option. So they take walk-ins. They'll interview you on the spot. You have to wait a few minutes, take the assessment and all of that. And then they get you in with an interviewer, which was actually not the worst way to go if you're looking to get hired and know if you have a job now. So I told them that I would just wait and it would be fine. So Tuesday morning, I get a phone call and they're saying, well, we're just calling to confirm your interview for today. Like, I'm sorry. I called yesterday. was told I didn't have one, so I don't have time today now. They're like, "That's okay. We'll just schedule you for tomorrow or whenever." And so I went ahead and rescheduled for Wednesday. I'm like, "Okay, well, it is just a customer service job. It it'll be what it'll be." They did tell me they had a remote position, and so worst that happens is I go, and they they like me or they don't. The worst that happens is I'm overqualified and they don't give me a job. So I went ahead and scheduled. And in the meantime, I found that there was a a job fair close to me. This is the closest one to me um, that they've had since my unemployment started. So, well, I can go ahead and go get, I'll go do the interview and then I'll go to the job fair and then we'll just see what happens. So I arrange my calendar, I schedule the job interview. Um, in the meantime, I get an email inviting me for a phone interview, asking me to pick a date and time. So I picked Thursday because Wednesday was going to be pretty full with the other interview and the job fair and maybe, whatever else I happened to decide to do, which I did stop by the yoga studio, but it was locked up. So I didn't get to see anyone. A little disappointing. We'll see. Um, so I I scheduled for today, and we will get to that shortly. So I did the one-way video interview. I did go to the job interview yesterday and for the customer service position. The office was really nice. The I had read some really bad reviews about the company and the environment, but I went. The office was nice, not as upscale as what I was used to at my previous job, but still pretty nice. It was not low end by any stretch. The furnishings were modern and comfortable, and all of the people I encountered were happy and upbeat and so accommodating. People were waiting in the lobby for their, to do the walk-in interviews. I'm telling you, this was awesome. The guy was like, "Does anybody need water, snacks? Can I get you anything?" And I think he was just like a coordinator or a, I don't want to use the word receptionist, but reception. But it was just so nice. And you never see that walking into an office for an interview where they're just offering. I mean, you get offered water sometimes, or coffee. And they did have coffee. They did have a coffee pot. I brought my own water. So I didn't, I didn't accept their refreshments. Just, I had water, so it was fine. But they were offering. They were offering. I don't know what kind of snacks they had, but they had coffee. You could get coffee. They'd give you water. It was kind of cool. They were very friendly. And so I check in, they get me set up at a computer to do the assessment. I did the assessment. They had me do an application because I had not submitted an application. So I did submit my application. The only conflict was they wanted 12-hour availability 7 days a week prior to hiring, because there was no guarantee what kind of schedule you would get. So I went in, did my interview with the interviewer. They recorded the interview, which is cool. I've never seen that happen before, but all right, if you're monitoring the interviewers for their quality, cool. Um, that can alleviate some awkwardness and some bad interviewing experience. So he called me in his office. We talked for a few minutes, and basically he said, the only thing is your schedule. On your application, you didn't put Saturdays for availability. And I told him that I was already obligated. Like, it was just, it's an obligation. I have people counting on me. I've paid non-refundable fees, and I really can't get out of it. My Saturdays are booked up through the end of the year, and I can't get out of it. And he said, well, that's okay. There are other positions that are coming up that maybe would be better. I did mention that they had a leadership position, and I've not applied for it yet, but I plan to. It's just a team lead. And he told me that process is different, that they don't interview on the spot like this, or, in this format, that I would actually have to apply online and go through a different process for that particular position. He did say they had a remote job available. So if I get through the season and I want to work there, that scheduling thing was the only thing that kept them from offering me a job. Now, for me, the low pay would be a little bit of a concern. It's something I could make do till something better comes along, if it comes to needing a job that badly. I would most certainly do it. I would still have to have a second source of income, because what they pay, even for the remote position, would not be enough to cover all of my basic bills, like mortgage, electricity, utilities, all of the basics. My just basic living expenses would come to more than that job pays. So I would still have to have the option to a second income. That said, there is the option for overtime, which could help mitigate that. And once you're hired and get your actual schedule, then I could probably work around that some. And there's no guarantee that I would be forced to work Saturdays, because I might get a schedule Sunday through Thursday. Who knows? Or Sunday through Thursday, or whatever. I mean, there's just no guarantee what your schedule would be until you're actually onboarded and you've gone through training and you're in your position. So I am backburnering that. And I did confirm that if we pause this because of my lack of availability, does that prevent me from coming to work here in the future? He said, not at all. You're good. We just need you available on those Saturdays. So that worked out. I went to the job fair. I spoke to the same gentleman I spoke with last week who arranged my original interview. And he said, well, we do have some things coming up that I might be able to get you in on a Monday through Friday. I'm like, okay. It's like, well, just go ahead and apply for the team lead position. I have your name, I have your information. I'll make sure that your stuff gets to the right place. So I do still intend to do that and put him in as my referral and all of that and see what happens. However, my interview today was a phone interview for a job that's a much better match for my skills and experience. And I don't want to say too much because I do not want to jinx myself. It is a fantastic opportunity. The pay range, even on the low end, is more money than I was making before. The job is on site, so I would be required to go to the office. It also has a Saturday schedule, Tuesday through Saturday. But they would be willing to work with me on my 2 Saturdays a month through the end of the year. And then I could reevaluate or negotiate depending on what kind of time off I get. I might be able to, use a vacation day or something to do my farmer's market once a month or something. To be evaluated later, down the road, figure it out. But this would be a really good job opportunity. It would be an amazing boost on my resume. The pay would be worth going to the office for. Even though, yes, I would prefer remote. I love working at home. That's not what this position has to offer, but the pay and the benefits could be worth going in for. So I am excited. I want to very aggressively pursue this opportunity. I got through my phone interview and got a video interview scheduled for next week with the hiring manager. So I'm making progress and moving forward. I am super excited. I really, really hope this one works out, because if it does, who knows? I might love it. I might get paid more than I expect. I might not, but I might also get a raise next year. There are endless possibilities. And if I find I really like it, maybe I stick around a while and grow in that company. Maybe it gives me the resume boost I need to pursue something that will let me work remotely. But either way, it would be a really great opportunity that I am so hoping that they extend to me. So I'm doing a little research on the company to know better questions to ask when I speak with the hiring manager next week. The recruiter today, when we did the initial interview over the phone, was so professional, and he laid out step by step the entire hiring process for me. Let me know what interviews to expect, an assessment to expect, how many references I need, all of it. Even how much time to expect before we get through the entire process and into onboarding. So that was probably the most informative and most professional conversation I've had since I started this entire process. And even despite a little bit of initial embarrassment. So, funny story, the email I got from him said, click this link, schedule a date and time that works for you. And remember, I'm on Mountain Daylight Time. So I'm like, okay, Mountain Time. He's on Mountain Time. I'm on Mountain Time. Completely spaced the daylight versus standard time, because in Arizona, we don't change our clocks. So we are never on daylight savings time. We are always on Mountain Standard Time. So I got confused. And I'm going to have to take this for a moment. Okay, that was weird, but that was on my job search phone, so I can't ignore those. Anyway, so I completely spaced the time difference thing. I'm like, oh, Mountain Time. So at a little after 8 this morning, I'm going back, I'm preparing for the interview, and I reread his email saying he's on daylight savings time. And then it clicked. Maybe I'm late, because I scheduled it for 9 a.m. my time, and maybe it was meant for 9 a.m. his time. So it's like right around 8:30, I pick up the phone. I call, or not quite 8:30, 8:20ish. I call, leave him a voicemail. I am so sorry. I think there was a misunderstanding about the time zone. I'm not sure if I'm early or late, but I scheduled, I was thinking it was 9 a.m. my time. And so I am still very much interested. Please give me a call back. I will go ahead and call at the 9 a.m. my time if I don't hear from you. 5 minutes later, he calls me, and he was like, don't worry about it. The whole time zone thing, it gets confusing. And it was 9 a.m. your time. I had it for 10 a.m. my time, or his time. And he said, we were scheduled for 9 a.m. Arizona time, but if you want to do the interview right now, I have time. And so we did it a little bit early, which worked out. And then it went, I felt like it went well. We talked about the position. I asked a few questions. He asked about my background. It did not deter him that I didn't have the manager title on my resume. My experience was enough to move me forward in the process. So I'm very excited about that. Despite the embarrassment over the time zone thing, we both got a good laugh at it. And we even had another time zone um, quirk later in the conversation when we were discussing the work schedule, because he said the schedule operates on Pacific time, which he's like, Pacific time? Why would he do it on Pacific time when that manager's in Colorado on Mountain time? And so we had a little conversation. I'm like, oh, I know what's happening. They probably have offices in California. And so this schedule would be coordinated to accommodate the West Coast. And he's like, that makes sense. Probably the Southwest region. It's a regional position. Okay. That makes sense. So it was just, so he had a little confusion too, and we had a good laugh about it all. So that's where we're at. Funny thing with the job fair yesterday, I actually was leaving the job fair and someone from the organizers table said, they held out 2 boxes and said, would you like a power strip or some light bulbs? What, power strip, light bulbs? Sure, I could take a power strip. She says, it's free. It's just a thank you for coming to the job fair today. Okay. I know I've been to a couple where they've said the first 150 people or so get that they have a gift for them or something, but I never knew what it was. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure I've been in the first 150 to show up, but I don't think I've ever been in the group that got the gift. So that was kind of funny. And I hadn't seen that advertised for this one, whatever. It was just really funny. I'm leaving and she's just, here, take something. Like, sure, thank you, appreciate that. So it so far has been a pretty good week. And so I'm excited to see what happens. It feels great to be picking up some momentum. And I really would like to keep that momentum going because I've watched videos and I've read, and, I had my career coach tell me that, a lot of times you might put in, 3 to 5 good applications a day. And after a few weeks, you should be getting 2 to 3 interviews a week. I have not been getting them. So to have so many so close together in the last 2 weeks feels like it just feels good. It's starting to pick up momentum, and I'm actually getting seen now, which is very encouraging. So I know I have friends out there who are also still looking for work. Please, please let me know how the process is going. I want to know your experience because I'm here for you. I am here for you. This has been an experience I never thought I would have to have. But it's been great for growth and learning on my part because I'm taking my online certification classes and, working on my passion projects and developing my my resume and my credentials a little bit. So it's been definitely helpful. So I think that pretty much covers this week's update. And I almost got on here Tuesday, but I knew that I had the interview and the job fair and then this other interview coming up. So I did want to wait until I had gotten through some of that so I would have a little more to talk about. Um, on that, I know we talked about the job fairs, and some are definitely better than others. But I just want to put it out there that if you're struggling to find work the way I am, stay positive, hang in there, and definitely work on yourself. There are a ton of online resources. Oh, that was the other thing that happened this week. I did speak with a representative from the uh, women's, what are they called? See all these papers. That is the downside to the job fairs. You walk away with all these papers. The upside to all these papers is you get to make notes about who you spoke with, what the jobs are, and in the case of some of the organizations, you get a full job description that you can review. So Fresh Start Women's Foundation, I spoke with them, and they help women with training. If you need help with getting a high school diploma or GED, or some basic technical skills like learning how to use Microsoft Office, they can provide resources. So they actually told me about something. So right now I'm using Allison as my online learning platform, but she told me that Harvard has an online learning platform where, like what I'm already doing, the courses are free and all you pay for is the certification. So it's called, you can Google Harvard X and see what free classes they have available. If you want a certification, you do have to pay for it. They're kind of pricey. Theirs is about $200, where the one I'm using right now, Allison, is about $30. But you get the prestige of having the Harvard name associated with your certificate. So you have to weigh that for yourself. Right now, I'm exploring what they have, but I'm actively doing my certifications through Allison. But I'm definitely doing some certifications and beefing up my resume. It's great to, show that you are continually learning and upgrading your skills and keeping your knowledge base current and your skill set current. That helps, especially as we're getting older. So, by the time you're 40, 45, 50, 55, or 60, people think that your knowledge set is old news. So it's really important that we keep up with technology, learning AI tools, the latest in virtual tools, whether it's Outlook, Teams, or Zoom, or Google Meets. Way back in the day, we were using GoToMeeting and logmein.com and those kinds of programs. So keeping our software knowledge current is super important and keeps us more relevant in the work environment. So I've been making a I've been making a concerted effort to do that. Excuse me, and it is paying off. So I highly recommend that if you're still out there looking for work like me, take advantage of the free resources that are available. Update those skill sets. And even if you don't get the full certificate, just take the course and get the knowledge, because every little bit helps. So, on that note, it is a beautiful cloudy day here. We're expecting potential rain. So, I'm going to go get my cat and take a little step outside to enjoy this weather shift into some cooler temperatures. And I will see you all very soon. Stay blessed, stay authentic, stay connected, and I will see you next time.